Tony Ferguson is a fighter that needs no introduction, and no introduction could really do a fighter like Tony Ferguson justice. Tony is one of the most unique, creative and unorthodox fighters that MMA has ever seen. Inside and outside of the cage, it's impossible to know what Tony is going to do next.
I don't understand you. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up before I ankle pick you. Anyways, he sucks.
His time in the UFC has been marked by the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. Incredible 12-fight win streaks, interim titles, bloody back and forth wars, devastating knockouts, injuries, losing streaks and more. It's an inspiring career that has left its impression on the sport. Tony has always been known as a unique character, to put it mildly. He fights to the beat of his own drum, as if the guy from Whiplash went on an ayahuasca retreat shaman by Eddie Bravo. His training is one of a kind. His fighting style is one of a kind. He is one of a kind. We're here to look at 5 techniques that made Tony Ferguson, Tony Ferguson. Some that almost any other fighter wouldn't or couldn't even try. And Tony doesn't just try them, he uses them as secret weapons in his arsenal. Number 1. Gimme sand. The now infamous clip has been viewed over 3 million times, and for good reason. This is probably the single strangest move that most of us UFC fans have ever seen inside the octagon. In the heat of battle, Tony crouches to mimic scooping sand off the ground and throws it in the direction of his opponent's face, which his coach pleased and encouraged the move, shouting, "Yeah, there you go, gimme sand, throw it up."
Yeah, there you go, give me sand, throw it up.
You might think this is a one-off, random moment, but the fact his coach knew what he was doing kind of implies it's been done in training, and he didn't just do it for the Gagey fight, he also did it in the Barboza fight, a pattern of sand throwing. I can't really give any technical breakdown or insight into this, it just feels like Tony's being Tony. Is he just having a little fun in the cage, something to get him into the kung fu fighting spirit, and to make his opponent question what is coming next? What comes after gimme sand in a fight? Who the hell knows? Number 2, the Salsa meringue. Now, in the middle of a death match between the battle-tested savage and lightweight brutalizer RDA, the first thing you think of is to salsa dance towards him. This is primetime Tony, totally in his flow. Tony has taken control of the fight at this point, and RDA seems pretty winded. Tony dances towards his opponent like he's on ice, rhythmically moving his arms and shoulders in a salsa dancing manner. To top it off, he fakes an elbow while doing the slowest spin possible and then continues forward. Nobody does this. Nobody does anything even close to this. It is just Tony entering a total flow state. Impeccable timing mixed with incredible confidence? Is it just to keep his arms loose, ready to throw anything at any angle? To keep himself calm and composed? Whatever it is beautiful to watch. Number 3, the Dark Souls roll. Tony encompasses the spirit of Sonic whenever he gets hurt or senses trouble. Most people, when they take a shot, either stumble or fall backwards or just drop. Tony has this uncanny capacity to ride the shot, start to lose his balance, and then go into a move that requires balance and poise, rolling forward or backwards. When Anthony Pettis put him on skates, he was more than happy to roll away from him in an evasive, more rarely seen in MMA. Tony has a long history of Imanari rolling and spinning and flipping around the cage, so he is uniquely suited to this type of defensive movement. It's pretty hard to land clean on somebody rolling forward, and it's a quick way to create distance from an opponent who's looking to land a kill shot after dropping somebody. He also uses this ability to roll out of many disadvantageous grappling exchanges. Who needs to fight for inside position, pummel or posture when you can just flip yourself forward faster than your opponent? Number 4, elbows from anywhere. Now, before you come at me with the obvious, clearly elbows and spinning elbows are techniques used by many, not just Tony. The difference with Tony is the volume in which he throws them, where he throws them from, and the state in which he throws them. Tony can use a spinning elbow as a defensive weapon. When Anthony Pettis clipped him and before he could roll away, Tony was rocked and stumbling backwards, the perfect time to throw a spinning elbow counter. He doesn't just throw it, it lands. And it doesn't just land, it cuts Pettis open and he's bleeding from it for the rest of the fight, turning Anthony's face into a horror movie. Tony throws elbows from all angles, from the side through the middle, in transition, standing and when he's on the ground. There's many videos dedicated to all the elbows that Tony has thrown throughout the years. There's also these infamous training videos of Tony where he sharpens his elbows to create a more damaging blow, by elbow a steel bar, and then using the massage gun on the tip of the elbow, Tony being Tony. Number 5. Wing Chun and Kung Fu. In now infamous behind the scenes footage of Tony's training camps, he practices with a Wing Chun dummy, blocking shots, rolling elbows and stifling movement, like a young Bruce Lee. Wing Chun is a concept-based fighting art form of Southern Chinese Kung Fu and close quarters system of self-defense. You can see this in action in a lot of fights, with a comfort and skill in close combat, clinch positions. He almost always gets the better of his opponent. The flow, the techniques, the elbows, a style made for Tony. He also utilizes a lot of Kung Fu and traditional martial arts techniques, rarely seen today. Check this low leg sweep takedown on Justin Gaethje. Who throws something like that, especially in a fight that they are losing badly? The same guy who will reach down and throw imaginary sand in your direction. Tony is a master of the unorthodox, combined with his underrated athletic ability, in-cage confidence and open-mindedness. Tony is a fighter capable of anything at any time. He's having fun in there. What can you say? It's what has made all his fights must-see TV, and he is hoping we get a few more of these classic Tony moments in his next few performances. Agree? Disagree? Did we leave out anything? Let us know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.